Hello everybody. So this is going to be a video for you to follow along with me. Stop it, do your own thing, pause, slow the video down, whatever you want. But the goal of this video is to practice sketching on isometric graph paper, so you end up showing something that is close to perspective drawing, but does a little bit better job of showing all the true edges, even if it's not perfectly visually accurate. However, you're going to see, multiple times, I'm going to insert some photos, and you'll see even then it'll come pretty close to the real thing. The first thing we're going to do together is draw just a simple box. To draw this box, I'm going to quickly insert an image for us. This is a linking cube, so I'm going to try and show it from the point where you can see the top of the box. We'll call this side the front side and this side the right side. For the sake of drawing, I'm going to ignore the fact that there are nubbins on the top and there are little holes on the side. I'm going to pretend this is just flat sides. Alright, these are just a matter of being able to link multiple together. I don't care about that. This, in my mind, is just a six-sided cube. Alright, we'll take that photo. And insert. Use photo. Alright, so here is our box. Cropping. There we go. So there's going to be our box. It is not perfectly in the same perspective, because remember, this is the image's true perspective. It would have vanishing lines. So it's not going to be perfect, but we're going to get really darn close. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say for every 1, 2 of these, that represents a side. So say there. It's a cube, so all sides are the same. So then I'm going to put on the rest of the top of the box, that side, then the right side, then the back side. So right now, I've got this whole face of our cube drawn out. Next, let's get this side, which we would call the front side in isometric sketches. So 1, 2 down, 1, 2 over. That gives me here and here, and then up. And that's that right there. So now we have the front side, this face of our cube. We have one more side to get right here. Let's finish that up. 1, 2 over, 1, 2 up. That was the bottom of the right side and the vertical of the right side. There we go. There's our simple cube. Again, isometric drawings. This is the front. This is the top. And this is the right. It is not perfect to the image. The image is true life. Our isometric gives an impression of that, and in this case it's pretty darn close given the way I took the photo, but not perfect. Alright, if you have not been drawing along with me, I want you to pause the video right here and go ahead and draw that cube. I will assume you have taken a moment and you drew that cube, or you were doing it as I went and pausing as I went. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give us a slightly more complex boxy shape. So instead of our just cube, I have taken those linking cubes and put, let's do 3 of them together. Alright. Same as the last one, I'm going to call this the front side. This is top, and that is top. This is right, and that is right. And just like the linking cube, I'm going to ignore the fact that there are any holes in this image. No holes, no nubs. I'm just going to assume flat sides for this image. Oh, undo. Take that, crop it. Here's our next. Again, the bigger the shape, the more less it's going to be perfectly illustrated with isometric paper, because again, this is not isometric drawing is not true to life. It's just a little bit better at conveying sides and dimensions. So in this case, we have a shape that is 2 cubes tall, 2 cubes wide, but it's got a little notch out of it. So I always like to give my topmost shape first. You can start anywhere, but that's always where I like to give my starting point. So I'm going to give myself my top. That's this right here. And again, I went with 1, 2 for every side of a cube that I've got. I'm now going to give myself this side on the paper, which will mean going down 1, 2 for the first cube, down 3, 4 for the second cube. I'll now give myself the other vertical lines for this cube. This time, instead of being 2 cubes tall, it's only 1 cube tall. So I only have to go down 2 squares. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right. Next, let me let's get this cube blocked off the top of that. Let me actually do those one at a time. So first I want to show that spot. That'll be right there. And then this front edge there. That's right side edge there, and this back side edge right here. Now I'm going to bring it the rest of the way down to the ground. I'm going to give that vertical. 1, 2 down, and this vertical. 1, 2 down. Last thing I need are my bottom edges. 1, 2 cubes across, so 4 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4 squares. And now I need that line right there. Alright, and this image is done. If you like the lines that I gave up here, by all means, you can do that here. I think that looks really nice to try to differentiate and give a little bit more sense of 3-dimensional shape. You can also try using colored pencils or markers to give like the tops all one color, all the right sides of an image another color, and all the, say, front sides a third color. So up to you, or even combine the two pieces together so you see lines and colors. Totally up to you. But here we go. We have the front side of a more complex boxy shape, the right side of a more complex boxy shape, and top sides of a more boxy shape. If you have not been slowing this down and pausing along the way, please go ahead and pause the video right here and knock out the rest of that drawing. By the time you move on, you will have a simple, straightforward cube on isometric paper and a more slightly complex, boxy shape made out of 3 linking cubes on a piece of isometric paper. Good luck. I believe in you. Go for it.